Today trainers, we have a battle submission by a replay over here and we're gonna check Zapdos not on Shadow but on its regular form in action, while we're gonna pair it up with Shadow Swampert, which is amazing up in front, and Frostlass as our main safe switch. So let's see what we have here, because replay is having a YouTube channel for you to check out, and of course this trainer is gonna add up some really nice power to its already powerful team. Able to go down here to the Cofagrigus, but it doesn't matter because we have a lot of energy to spare. Earthquake for big damage and lethal on the Cofagrigus. At the back they have the Stunfisk, and if Stunfisk gets out of the way, perhaps our Zapdos can be kinda unstoppable. So at the back there is gonna be a Marowak, and as it seems we definitely have the upper hand here. Anyways, gonna shield whatever they throw, obviously, because Zapdos, even on its non-Shadow form, is gonna be extremely glassy for any meta out there. But anyways, Drill Peck is just gonna dominate against this one, and we can still reach to the Thunderbolt after they block the Drill Peck, so this will guarantee the knockout for sure, and down they go. Into the next one now, and we're having up against us a Lantern, so we're just gonna take this. A little bit of lag as I can see here, most likely FPS drop and stuff like that, but anyways, Hydro Cannon is still gonna connect for big damage on the Pelipper, even though it is resisted, because Shadow Swampert is definitely an all-around Pokemon for any meta out there. Able to block the Weather Ball, I like this play a lot, because now we can definitely reach to the Avalanche and either pressure for a shield or just knock out this Pokemon. Down they go. They still have two shields into play, and of course now they will return with that Lantern. Good news here is that if we can keep the Lantern out of Zapdos' way, we're gonna be on a very good spot most likely. So gonna throw here the Hydro Cannon. I believe we can get a shield for sure, right? Yeah, because this could connect for big damage, honestly. And right here, this cannot be a Shadow Ball, just a poor Poison Fang. I like this play by our trainer, and replay now can go in with Zapdos. This is the time that Zapdos can absolutely tank the Poison Fang with ease, still deliver the finishing blow with its moves, and they decide to block. Are you kidding me? Why did they do this? Anyways, we can block in return the Poison Fang, and I like the overfarm here because now they're gonna bring their Lantern into play, but look at the damage output, and one more move before they reach to the Surf and try to snipe us down. They're getting super low. We can definitely snipe down here with a Mud Shot. I like this a lot, and now the Hydro Cannon from replay to grab the victory up against the Golbat. Let's go trainers, and now let's move forward into the next one, because Quagsire is gonna be up for the Mud Boy fight. So Hydro Cannon here is gonna do a lot of work up against this Pokemon, and of course I know for sure that we can survive with this one Mud Bomb. However, it is still gonna do a lot of damage. Wow, I totally forgot that we're Shadow Swampert and we're much glassier than usual. If you're wondering why am I looking like this, all those weird pixels that might come up against you, it's because it's a wonderful night here in Greece, and yeah, my camera, when it is night time, we do not have the best resolution ever, so that's why. Anyway, Shadow Ball now will grab the shield out of Frostlass for sure, and good news here is that we can threat this Frostlass to almost 0 HP with the next Hydro Cannon. They're kinda forced in using their energy, they are shieldless, and we have a Shadow Zapdos with the energy. Did I say Shadow Zapdos? That was out of habit, because this is no Shadow at all, just the regular one. Quagsire returns into the battle, and right here we're gonna call it up against the Mud Bomb. Let's go trainers. At the back there is the Noctowl, and we can definitely reach here to the Drill Peck and the Thunderbolt, and of course this is gonna be more than enough to finish off the Noctowl, keeping the shield alive in the process, and that is looking like a great game. Gonna reach the Thunderbolt just for the flex points. Ripley with the aggressive focus on Zapdos here up against this Quagsire. I like it a lot, and anyways, we're gonna have a positive lead right up on the next one, because they might get to those Bone Clubs, but we can definitely survive and still reach to those back-to-back Hydro Cannons. They're gonna sacrifice the Marowak, so perhaps at the back they have a Pokemon pretty weak to our Swampert as well. Gonna block the Earthquake for the opponent, really nice block, and right here now we can go in with our own Frostlass, and Frostlass is gonna draw out an Ampharos, which is pretty weird. This is the first time that I'm seeing an Ampharos, and to be honest, it it makes a lot of sense for the meta. Ground types are not that common, and also you get coverage against the ghost types with brutal swing and against things like Waller and the flyers with your electric typing and the thunder punches in combination with the volt switches. This Pokemon is pretty neat, perhaps I will give it a shot. Anyways, pretty nice counting by replay here, and we can get to the Avalanche right at the CMP. Gonna take advantage of the higher attack stat that we have, and we're gonna fall down to the next Shadow Ball. So at this point we're just gonna go in with our Swampert, try to suck some energy, but they're already super low that we can easily farm down with the remaining Thunder Shocks from our Zapdos, and this is gonna be a great game for our team. So into the next one now, and we're facing a Drifloon up on the lead. This is always tricky because they can always reach to something like a Shadow Ball and absolutely destroys us down since we are Shadow, and at this point we're just gonna call it. It is gonna be the Icy Wind. Let's go, trainers. I was not counting at all. They need 5 hexes for per Shadow Ball, but they need 4 for every Icy Wind, so perhaps they get to 4, and Ripley knew what he was doing. I did not count at all. I was all about the commentary here, and we're having the Galvantula right up next. So good news here is that even when we are debuffed, we can definitely go ahead and pressure for the lethal blow up against the Tarantula, and of course at the back there is gonna be a Medicham. Hopefully though, we have not only the Shadow Ball here, which can just knock out this Pokemon, so they are gonna block, but also the Drill Pecks, which can come pretty clutch up against this Medicham. Gonna take the first move, just the Ice Punch. We can barely survive this one. Zapdos now can go in and try to finish them off with that Drill Peck that it has. Look at that big nose on the fighting type Pokemon, a little bit of FPS drop in the process. Ice Punch now on the shield, able to completely farm down, and we're gonna get this victory once again. So into the next one now with a Machamp up on the lead. So I haven't seen any Machamps at all other than my very first battles on the Retro Cup, but anyways, let's see how this is gonna unfold, because on the Switch we're met up with a Dunsparce, and this Pokemon is a real troublemaker for the team that we have, especially our backline, because with those Rock Slides can always deal super effective damage to the Ice type Pokemon and the Flyers. So with that in mind now, let's see how well we can take this one. No, we cannot, not at all, not even close, but anyways, we can definitely farm down a lot of energy with our Swampert, and perhaps we can thread that final shield with a potential Hydro Cannon if they bring back the Machamp. So here is the Machamp, and they are gonna block it. This is a big block for our team, because now we can have the upper hand if they have no other counter to our Flyer at the back. It is gonna be the Lantern though, so things aren't looking that well, but anyways, let's see how much damage we can do with Thunderbolt. Even more than 50%, which is pretty promising. Let's see how well we can do right now, because here comes the Thunderbolt. We're gonna block it, and we can overfarm just a little bit more. That will give us the edge to reach the Drill Peck first, and they definitely need to bring them to the Rock Slide level. They are not gonna do that, so Drill Peck will connect for lethal damage up against the Machamp, and that's gonna be a great game. So Swampert up against the Miltank now. Swampert against the world, right? And we're just gonna keep going here with those Hydro Cannons. They're gonna reach first to the Body Slam, which is gonna do more than half. Wow, impressive damage from the Miltank, and now Hydro Cannons are just gonna try to take some shields out of play. A pretty nice catch on our Frostlass, since now we have banked that energy for the end game with our Swampy, and Circe here is just gonna be able to dominate this battle. Even though we can get hit by a Thunderbolt, we can get out of this battle with a lot of energy if we want to. They decide to go ahead and shield. This is weird. We're just gonna do that. Ripley knows what he's doing, and right here another Avalanche will most likely guarantee the knockout up against Miltank. So we got the shield, we got the switch advantage, and a little bit of energy on our Swampert. At the back they have the Lantern, and they managed to catch on the knockdown the big Earthquake. Are you kidding me? Crazy battle happening here. We need to switch out for sure, and we can catch on the returning on our side, returning the favor on on the opponent with the cuts, on the sky attack, on our Zapdos. Let's go, trainers. We have to block, of course, because we're getting super low on HP, and right here the drill peck will be more than enough to finish off Noctowl. With that in mind now, we have to do a lot of damage on the Lantern that remains at the back, and they are already on the red, right? No, right after this one they are gonna be. So drill peck here, even resist it, it is gonna do a lot of damage, and I believe that they cannot reach a double surf at this point, and we already have the Earthquake anyways, so even if they had the move ready to go, Earthquake could connect for lethal damage on the CMP, which can always be won by Swampert. Into the next one now with a Frostless up on the lead, so this is looking kinda weird, but we can definitely play around it. So yeah, here comes the Avalanche. Of course we got to block whatever they throw, and when we're talking about Shadow Swampert, those mud shots are still doing a lot of damage. As you can see, they're getting very low, and of course we can always outspeed. Double block for the opponent as we're trying to catch here an Avalanche or on our own Frostless. This is not gonna happen at all. The opponent knows better, and now they have a Lantern at the back. So good news is that the Lantern now is out of the way, and perhaps we can have a better matchup with our Zapdos on the third Pokemon. So we're just gonna keep going with a Shadow Ball once again before they reach to the surf and try to finish us off. And at this point, even if they return with the Frostless, we're just gonna have the upper hand because they have to sacrifice that energy. They cannot farm down with this. Now Swampert can go in, absolutely outspeed to the charge attack, and we can guarantee the knockout on the Frostless. Switching out immediately to our Zapdos, they have at the back the Medicham, Ripley with the big guns here, and the Drill Pecks is just gonna dominate against this trainer as we're getting to another Drill Peck. They thought they could win the CMP, they overfarmed for no reason, and of course our trainer is gonna grab this victory. Into the next one, trainers, and we're having Araquanid up on the lead. Ugh, I hate this one. Hopefully at the back we have two Pokemon that can definitely play around it, and of course Shadow Ball is our only choice when we're using a safe switch like this Frostless. Of course Back Bash is gonna be resisted, but still a little bit of more damage than usual. Weak connection, this is looking horrible. I don't know what is happening. So anyways, we managed to go for the Shadow Ball. As it seems, after all that FPS drop, after all that lag, we managed to guarantee the knockout on the Araquanid, and right here we're met up with a Venusaur. So our Zapdos is just gonna do a lot of work up against any grass type, and this Venusaur is no exception at all. However, we still need to take care of those moves that they're gonna throw. Even a Frenzy Plant can be deadly at this point. So another Drill Peck back to back. Before they do anything weird, we can also win the CMPs as it seems, and when shields are down, Zapdos is just gonna go to town. So we're just gonna keep going here with our next Drill Peck, I believe, after we overfarm just a little bit more to get to that CMP level. And since we can win it, down goes Venusaur. At the back now they return with their Haxorus, so it's all up to our final Pokemon, and the Shadow Swampert with a big Earthquake on the Dragon type. Let's guarantee the knockout. I love those nukes, and now let's move forward into the final one, trainers, as we're facing an opponent named Septira AP. So the Ox is up on the lead for that next battle, and of course we have to switch out into our Frostless with the Avalanche dealing a lot of damage. Of course they can expect a Shadow Ball, so we can easily grab a shield at this point, and now on the switch we're met up with a Lantern. So this can always be a Surf. I think we can take it. Yeah, look at how easy it is for us, and still gonna be able to overfarm up against Lantern before we throw. Perhaps now we can reach to the next move. No, we cannot. That was a mistake that I just did. We could easily not do that, and at this point we're just gonna keep going with Shadow Swampert. Able to reach to our Hydro Cannon. This can be deadly, and down they go. So the Oxys returns into the battle. We're just gonna keep taking the moves, I believe. Yeah, no reason to block here because Zapdos can absolutely go to town with that 2 shield flex against the opponent. Start blocking with the first move that they're gonna throw, and at this point we're getting a little bit too greedy. Oh my goodness, we are gonna call it just a Psycho Boost on the Zapdos, and now the Drill Peck will most likely get the shield. No shield from the opponent. What can they have at the back? I thought they had something like a Trevenant or something like a Grass type in total, so it is gonna be the Noctowl, no Grass type at the back. I totally misread this opponent, and now we're gonna reach to the Thunderbolt. Big damage could be gone for our side to theirs, but they decide to block, and another Thunderbolt before fainting here. So let's see, will this be enough? We're not looking at the Shadow Zapdos, but still the damage is enough, and we're gonna grab this victory to end this video. Thank you for watching, trainers, and for staying till the end. Just be sure to leave a huge like on this video before you go, and of course subscribe to my channel if you are new to my content, or to Replay's channel if you want to see another content creator in action. With that being said, I have 2 videos for you to check out, so feel free to do so, and I hope to see you all into the next one.